Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're listening or watching us from. You're welcome to Stalker Team, the Investors Channel. Today, the 14th of January 2025, we are having a special edition as well. I'll be unveiling my stock portfolio for everyone to see and also share my thought pattern on why I have these stocks in my portfolio and what I'm planning to do with them in the short or medium or long term. As a housekeeping, every information and analysis we have on this channel is for education and information purpose only. So consult your financial advisor or do your due diligence before making any decision. On that note, please subscribe to our channel. Put on your notification bell so that you don't miss any updates because we promise to continue to bring you all the various updates, all the information, the analysis, the trends that you need to use to actually make a decision in the market. So let's jump right in. So today, the update for today, Klarna is actually now in partnership with Stripe. Klarna is actually a buy now pay later company, and they are planning an IPO. Basically, an IPO is the first time a company is actually selling its shares to the general public, which means the existing investors actually have the opportunity to sell part of their shares that they already own. So Klarna is quite big. They've been in private hands for a while and they are planning to actually go into the market this year. It's a Swedish company, but they are actually global in the UK, in the US. They are competing directly with Affirm. Affirm is actually is actually public. I don't necessarily buy IPOs for a whole lot of reasons, because a whole lot of companies, they need that time to actually prove that everything they've been claiming that they are doing privately, they can actually prove it when they come to the market. And also, early investors in this kind of companies, they always want to cash out after the IPO. So oftentimes when these companies do an IPO, they move very high up the stock price sometimes double or triple depending on what this company or what the market actually feels. But at the end of the day, most of these companies they actually drop seriously in value in terms of the stock price. Even as a matter of fact, Facebook actually dropped in value by almost more than 30% after the IPO. So imagine if you have bought it during the IPO, you could have just bought it 6 months or 1 year down the line, and you will buy it for 30% less than what people who bought it during the IPO. So IPO is not for me, but it's something I'm actually watching. Let's see how it goes. So Klarna, good one coming into the market. Boeing continues to actually gather so much more negative news. This company has been so much challenged last year. As a matter of fact, the stock price crashed to almost about 40%, 40% of the value, lost 40% of value last year. The stock price, gained some momentum, but at the beginning of this year again, we had much more negative information, negative news, the unfortunate crash. So Boeing is a company that they keep struggling. They have a new CEO who will be taking over, or who has taken over already, but it's a company that, yes, if they can actually reorganize, restructure this company, it might actually do better. But for now, it's not a buy for me. Airbus is the direct competition to Boeing. Airbus seems to be doing better. They've had less or almost nothing in terms of negative news, problems with their aircraft and all that. So Airbus might be a buy, but not for me, not now. Yes, I will consider Airbus, but not even Boeing at all. And the final update we have today, Robinhood are actually one of the stock that is in my portfolio, which I'm going to actually discuss much more later. They are actually paying about 45 million in fines, and they've agreed to pay it because they were actually fined by the Security and Exchange Commission in the US for failing to actually file suspicious activity reports. They couldn't maintain some of their records properly. So Paying this fine means they are putting this behind them, and the company might actually be able to learn from these mistakes. But Robinhood is still a buy anytime, any day for me. Last year, Robinhood was able to contribute about 80 something percent to my portfolio. So Robinhood is also a stock that is going to perform this year, and I'll be unveiling that. On that note, we have come to the real topic for today, my stock portfolio. A whole lot of people, a whole lot of the audience that we have, the followers, the subscribers we have on this channel, and also other platform where I actually, contribute. They've been asking me to give them an update of my portfolio because, part of what people actually follow me for is because they believe I'm good at stock picking. Yes, I'm not the best stock picker in the world. I'm still learning, but at least the results actually speaks for itself. And I also want to learn for everyone, and that's why I'm actually one of the most transparent stock pickers you can actually come across. For some of the people that know me, they will actually say that yes, Stocker Team is actually very, very transparent, and that's why I'm bringing it to this channel so that I can share my portfolio. Any of the new addition into the portfolio, I will announce it from time to time. Any of the exit, I will announce it. If I'm selling, if I'm buying, I will continue to announce it every day of the week. If I'm not buying anything, I will also say that. So please, if you have made it this far, subscribe to this channel, put on the notification bell. That is all we need. That is the support we need. For everyone who has subscribed, who has actually followed us, put on your notification bell. We really appreciate you. On that note, I'll jump right in. So today, I will be unveiling the top 7 stocks in my portfolio. I call them the Magnificent 7. They are not just the best performer, but they are the best picks that I have. One ETF, the remaining are actually stocks, and here they are. Now, I'm going to actually state clearly why any of these stocks are number 1 or why they are actually in my Magnificent 7. So this is my own Magnificent 7. It's different from the Wall Street Magnificent 7. Yes, Apple is part of it. Apple seems to be the only Magnificent 7 stock that is in my own Magnificent 7. But today, I'm unveiling my own Magnificent 7. As at today, this is the top 7 stocks in my portfolio. Number 1, Palantir, the world's most important AI software company. That is my own judgment. That is my own assessment of what this company stands for. Palantir has that ontology. They have that data analytics software that can analyze anything from pictures to videos to text to a combination of anything that you can think of. Thousands to millions or trillions of rows of data can be analyzed in real time, and companies can layer that on large language models such as ChatGPT, such as Anthropic AI, such as Claude AI, and companies can make decisions. Companies can derive insights from their data. Companies can actually predict and make forecasts. Government can also use this software on the battlefield, on the factory floor. A whole lot of the companies that you can actually think of, even Airbus, that has less or no production problem, production default in their aircraft, they use Palantir Foundry. Palantir actually created a special version of Palantir Foundry for them called Skywise. So if you look at the likes of the US government, the US Army, the US Navy, a whole lot of these organizations are using Palantir software either in the factory, either in the battlefield. That's why it's number 1, and this company has performed for my portfolio since 2021. It's been on my portfolio. Number 2 is Apple, the undisputed biggest company in the world. It's the bellwether of the tech ecosystem. It's the bellwether of the technology and innovation that has driven smartphone, that has driven wearable devices, from smartwatches to anything you can think of, any consumer electronics. Apple is number 1. The iPhone revolution that actually made BlackBerry to be history today. It's Apple that is actually behind it. Are they still as innovative as before? It's yet to be seen. It's now open for debate. But Apple is still number 2, and that's number 2 on my portfolio. Number 3 is Uber. Uber to me is going to be the biggest ecosystem when it comes to people moving around, moving things, moving goods and services everywhere. Uber is going to be that platform. They've already created an ecosystem where you can actually get a ride, order food, move goods and services around. Uber is going to also be everywhere. They are actually going to be the largest flight or air ticketing agency in the world, the largest train booking platform. Uber has that ecosystem and they are building it aggressively. That's why it's number 3. Now, number 4 is not a stock, it's an index fund, which is very, very important in my portfolio. So the S&P 500 is the top 500 companies quoted in the US stock market. And the advantage of being in my portfolio is that it actually gives me the opportunity to benefit from the movement of the entire companies, the top 500 companies quoted on the US stock market. And that's why it's there. It is also a dividend paying index fund, which means apart from the value appreciation, I also get paid dividend. Number 5 is Walmart, the undisputed world largest grocer. Walmart is good in technology. They are good in actually getting things to the consumers, to your neighborhood, anywhere, anytime, at the most affordable price. Quality at the most affordable price. Robinhood is next. Robinhood is actually the fastest growing brokerage and financial platform, and I believe Robinhood has what it takes to even upstage the likes of E-Trade, the likes of even Charles Schwab, and all of those older platforms where the older generation, the youngest generation that are now trading and investing in US stock market, in the global stock market, many of them now prefer Robinhood, and Robinhood has that tailwind behind it. Finally, on my own Magnificent 7 is the undisputed world largest e-commerce platform. It's also the world's largest cloud computing platform company. That's Amazon. So if you look at the entire list of my own Magnificent 7, they've actually performed for me. Last year, Palantir did well over 500%. Apple did about over 30%. Uber was the least performer, but you could actually see that at the beginning of this year, Uber has started picking up. The S&P 500 did well over 20%. Walmart about another 20%. Robinhood about 80%. Amazon about 40%. So that's the performance for last year. This year, I believe these companies have what it takes to actually take my portfolio to the next level. The remaining picks in my portfolio, I'm going to talk about them, but this is my Magnificent 7, and week in, week out, I will be giving updates about how these companies are performing. Palantir started on a very, very negative note this year, but it has started picking up now that Wall Street has just oversold, and now a whole lot of overselling is now looking very ridiculous, and people are now coming back to the market. Yes, a whole lot of data will still come out. Palantir actually mentioned that they will be on the 2nd of February, the earnings report will be coming out. So every day when we come back to the daily update, I'll be talking about my Magnificent 7, and I'll be giving much more updates from time to time. Thank you so much for joining. Please continue to subscribe to our channel. Put on your notification bell. We love everyone. Till tomorrow when we meet, please keep investing and keep growing. Thank you.